I'd be quite happy using a Surface Pro 7 as my one and only computer. It would do pretty much everything I need. In fact, I'd probably be happy with the i5 version. It's great for office work, taking notes, writing scripts, basic video editing, simple 3D design and printing, Adobe Lightroom editing, photography, and more. And it can happily power 2 external screens 4K at 60 Hz using the latest Surface Dock 2. So it would work brilliantly as an office computer replacement. And it's also a highly mobile, powerful computer with a great kickstand and keyboard setup and a brilliant pen. But some people do need more power than a Pro 7 has to offer. For example, AutoCAD. It might work on a Pro 7, but it would work much better on a more powerful device. One of our video editors here, Olivia, has been producing most of our videos on a Surface Pro 6. It's a great mobile solution, but it does leave a fair bit to be desired in terms of power. When we finally get our Surface Book 3, that'll be going straight to Olivia. And if you're into gaming, then having a dedicated desktop gaming PC is easily the way to go. But the trouble with that is that a desktop PC can be very powerful, but it's just not mobile. So if you're working on complex tasks that need high-end software and loads of computing power, then it might be practical to have a companion device. A device that you can take with you traveling, to meetings, and on the road. Think about some examples. If you were an industrial designer, it might be handy to be able to bring up a 3D model to review when you're meeting with a customer. And maybe you could do that on a Surface, even though it might not be practical to use for the design work or to render it. And Olivia likes to have a device on location at a video shoot. That way she can refer to the script and take notes on it. But if we're doing that outside of the studio, it might not always be practical to take that massive 15-inch Surface Book screen to the job. Now, I don't know about you, but I always found it to be a complete pain to have an iPad for this purpose. The limitations and inconsistencies of the apps on iPads are still frustrating. I'd rather be able to use the same systems and software across all of my devices. And fortunately for us, we now have some pretty decent Surface devices that can act as a companion device. The Surface Go 2 springs to mind. As much as I love my Surface Pro 7, it just doesn't fit well into my camera backpack. Now again, yes, I could take an iPad instead, but I can't use Lightroom in its full glory on the iPad. Although it is getting easier to bring files onto the iPad, it's still overcomplicated. I just want to be able to copy the files off the camera and put them somewhere where they can be synced, and while they're being synced, access them using my photo editing software. So for me, having a Surface Go 2 with an M3 processor might just give me enough power to have a mobile photo editing device that's consistent with the experience of using a desktop computer. So here's how I use Surface as a companion device. I'm very reliant on the Microsoft 365 Cloud Software Suite. Most of the work that I do is in Microsoft Teams, SharePoint, and OneDrive. And thanks to the fantastic OneDrive Sync client, I have access to all of the files that I'm working on natively in all applications. I can say the same thing about the Dropbox Sync client. File sync on Windows has come a long way over the last few years, and both OneDrive and Dropbox natively support smart synchronization. This means that I have access to all of the files that I've ever stored in the cloud natively through the File Explorer or through any file dialog in any application. With Windows 10, you're not relying on an app developer to support your choice of cloud provider. So my first tip for using Surface as a companion device is to use the cloud. OneDrive and Dropbox stand out for me as the best cloud solutions for syncing your desktop PC with your companion device. The second tip that I'd share for setting up the Surface as a companion device is to sign into that device with the same account. If you can do this, then many of the settings in your system can be synced and shared across both devices. For example, your Windows theme, your passwords, your language preferences, ease of access settings, and even more can be synced across your two devices. To do that, go to the Settings app. Under Accounts, sync your settings. My third tip would be to use the Microsoft Edge browser. Sign into that browser on both devices using the same Windows account. That way you can sync your browser settings, your favorites, your addresses, payment details, passwords, extensions, and collections. Currently with Edge, you can't sync your browser history or open tabs, but that is apparently coming very soon too. And that'll make it even easier to move between devices. My fourth tip is to use a password manager. Now, this tip is not essential because passwords do sync across Windows and between the Edge browser. So that does do the job. And you could also use Microsoft Edge on your mobile devices as well. But personally, I use 1Password for all of my accounts because it offers a much higher level of security and a wider multi-platform experience. That means that I can sign into more apps more easily across more devices. My fifth tip is to install the software that you need. That seems obvious. But with the Microsoft Store, once you've signed in, you can go and click on the three dots and go to My Library. You can use that list to quickly find an app that you might already have on your desktop PC. My final, most important tip for setting up your Surface as a companion device is to make sure that you have OneNote set up and signed in on both devices. One of the coolest things about having a Surface is that you can take notes with your pen in OneNote. Back over on your desktop computer, you'll be able to see those notes update in near real time as you take them. So when you've been out and you've had a meeting with a customer on site, you've scribbled out a bunch of notes, and you can immediately access those notes back on your desktop computer. And then you can follow up with the actions that you need to. Personally, I love using Surface as a companion device because it gives me the same consistent experience as my more powerful desktop computer, but on a much more mobile device. And not having to learn and adapt to different systems and a completely different way of working means that I can just focus on what I'm doing, not mucking around with a more limited device. Tell us if you use Surface as a companion device in the comments below. If you've got any tips to share with us, we'd love to hear them. If you found this tip helpful, remember to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more Surface Pro tips. Good to go. Think about some examples. No.